Good evening everyone. Today I'm going to tie a small, fairly easy but fairly realistic Gammarus or Scott pattern. I'm going to use some of these pretty cool new Pro Sportsfisher Gammarus shells, and then otherwise we're just going to use some flashaboo dubbing, and of course some ribbing. 0.22 nylon is sufficient, something like that. As I said, it's fairly easy, but it's gonna look absolutely stunning. So first of all, as you can see, I've applied a bit of thread to the hook, but also I've cheated it a bit and then started off by fastening some lead wire to give this a bit of weight. What I'm doing first is I'm tying down some monofilament to act as the ribbing on this fly right here. Just making sure that this is way far down where I want it to be, cutting off that. And then I'm taking one of these Pro Gammarus shells. These are pretty cool and nice looking, and gives the fly that a bit extra, as you can see here. So it's prepped and ready for your use as soon as you open the package. Tying down one of these right here, so that is where I want it to be, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some flashaboo dubbing here. First I'm going to use this olive one. Like this, and what I want to do is I want to make sure that it's thin at the one end, and then it gradually thickens and then tapers down and becomes thin in the other end again, as the real Gammarus, the real thing, the real small crustacean, like so. Applying some more dubbing here. This is a pretty cool pattern, and it fishes great both upstream and downstream. So you can use this as a traditional wet fly, although there's not much traditional about it. But you could also use it fished upstream. I use this a lot upstream, and it works very good. If you want to fish it downstream, I should have said that in the start, then probably what you want to do is you want to take your weighting material, the lead wire in this case, and you want to place it underneath the hook, because if you place that underneath the hook, then you are certain that your fly will swim through. Even though these Gammarus, these small Scots, are pretty erratic in their movement, you can't be sure how they swim when you observe them in the water. Just to make sure that your fly swims straight, you should apply the weight material underneath. I'm just gonna make this front part in another color. I'm gonna do this in the flashaboo dubbing, but this time in dark brown, just to add some contrast, to give this fly kind of like two parts, like so. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hackle plier and apply this to this shelling here. Take this all up across here. So that is completely exactly where I want it to be. And it is now, so I'm going to tie this down. As you can see, it has these small nice eyes on there as well. Then I'm going to take my ribbing. I'm going to turn that. this is not, I've not stretched it out completely, so I'm gonna do that. Just a second. Like that. Now I'm going to turn my ribbing. Tying down my ribbing. Cutting off my rib and my the stump that was left from the shell. Making a whip finish. So then I'm gonna pull out some dubbing here. With just use your scissors or your dubbing brush or whatever you have at hand. Just to give this a bit more life and a bit more transparency, so it looks a bit. I have to turn this a bit now in my vise to be able to do this correctly. I hope you can bear with me for just a brief second while I complete this. Also, this is going to imitate the legs. And what you can do if you really want to make this this fly truly stand out is you can take a small amount of UV curing resin. Just add a bit of that up here. This gives a truly beautiful effect on the fly, especially on this thorax here. Also helps you make sure that your thread won't go anywhere, your ribbing won't go anywhere. Just applying a bit of UV curing resin. Taking my UV lamp. And then this pattern definitely looks like $1,000,000. Made from very simple materials. The Flashaboo dubbing, these pro shelves, and a hook, and that's basically it.